Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we are back on with the OPEL MANTA restoration project. So last time you'll have seen us get this inner wing in. This is pretty much in now. There's just a few bits and bats I still need to do. As I said previously, I just need to spot weld the return flange in on the downside of this battery tray. I need to finish a seam off underneath here, but I'm going to do that from inside the car because it's a little bit difficult to get under there, as you can see. Need to tidy this weld up down this edge and just clean that up, and just a little bit of dollying across this back edge where I welded our replacement panelling. Just wants a little bit of tidying up along there, and some of these welds just want flying back a little bit more, if you can see that there. That just wants smoothing off just to try and make it as invisible as possible. So the plan tonight on this car, or in this episode, there is a patch still underneath there that needs to be done. I may attack that, but that is quite a fidgety little patch, although it's not a big patch. I do want to try and get some of the big chunks of work out of the way, so we might get to that, we might not. But what we are going to do is start setting about these floors. There is quite a large section of this floor that's going to need cutting out. So we're going to be cutting quite a big chunk out of this. I'm not sure whether I'm going to get this in one piece or whether this is going to be done in a couple of pieces. There is a patch here, so we'll probably clean this up and leave that patch in and just cut this section of floor out from there up into here and back around, just get this rot out. And like I say, I might end up doing this in two pieces, one round that bend and then a straight piece across there, but we'll see what we can do with that. Also, the floor has gone on that side, but I'm not sure whether we will get around to that on this episode, but again, we'll see where we get up to. And also where I welded our replacement panelling, all the back side of this needs tidying up yet as well. We do need to drill some holes in where we repaired the bulkhead. So there's plenty to do, guys. So I'm going to start chopping out some of this floor, and we'll see where we get to from there. So the first thing we're going to do here is start to chop out this rusty section. I have etched out a line around here with a marker pen, just so I can see where I'm cutting. It is quite difficult to see sometimes when you've got sparks flying around. It was quite a difficult section to remove this because there is already some patches in there that have been done previously, so it's always a little bit harder to remove sections of steel when it's got a couple of patches already welded into place.
I'm certified, certain mattress off the urban mate. She in a green velvet box to make it percolate. And I just hope they play me never and they play this forever. Put my family on so we can make it together. Gave my life to God and now he making it better. But just in case they
that rusty section now chopped out of the way. Now time to start cleaning up our edges. So here I'm just flattening back the previous welds on the patch that was already in there, and I'll start to grind out around the edges, ready to accept our new patch. Now just giving it a quick hoovering out just to get rid of all those bits of rust dust and loose bits of metal, just to clean it up, nicer place to work in, and just to prevent anyone from leaning on any sharp bits of steel. Now what I'm doing here is just covering this hole with masking tape, so this gives me something to make a template off. So once I've got the complete hole covered with masking tape, I can then start to draw around the edge just to give us an outline. So then I can pull this masking tape off, take it over to the bench, cut it out, and then use this as our template ready to make our new patch with. Put my family on so we can make it together. Gave my life to God and now he making it better. But just in case they plotting on, they got a brand new Beretta. I'm feeling fresh about the freezer, baby, cool as a can. Give a fuck about feelings, trying to purchase some land. I know why they bitter, yes I do understand. I'm doing everything I wanna, they just do what they can. I'm trying to shake something, move something that's an earthquake. Coming in every So this is our template that we've just made using masking tape, as you've seen there previously. And now just cutting this out. Obviously the masking tape is sticky, so this now allows me to stick our cutout template onto a piece of fresh steel. I can then outline this once it's on the steel, peel the masking tape back off, and then take it over to the bench and cut it out. So we've got this patch in somewhat of a position now. It is only in roughly at the moment, still need to do a bit of trimming, a bit more cleaning up to do, but it is in a rough position. Obviously we are going to have to add a little piece onto this patch. I just couldn't get it all in one piece, but I did get sort of 95% of it in one piece rather than having a load of different patches in here. Some awkward angles going on here because it does roll around there, twist, and then roll back, and then it sort of twists up the side of the gearbox tunnel here as well, so there is a lot of rolls and curves on that. It does want some dollying, so we will be doing some hammer and dollying, just flattening it all out, getting it nice and smooth as possible. Also just cleaned up where we've installed the battery tray there. That's come out pretty well. So I'm just going to bang some zinc rich primer across this bare steel now where we put this battery tray in. We'll let that go off, and then I'll jump back on here and start tacking this in and trimming these bits out. Then we'll add this last section on there. Then we can get it all seam welded and flat it back with a grinder. Right, so we've got most of the patch done in this floor now. Just a bit more grinding back to do. Just tidy it up a bit. We now need to access inside the wheel arch where we've welded it around here, just to grind these welds back. And then we need to just stitch weld it, the chassis back to the floor pan. Same again on this side. So to get better access to this, we're going to drop this front cross member off. It is having this cross member replaced anyway, so it does need to come off either way, because we've got another cross member there which has been strengthened. So that's going to be going back on this car, not this one. So we're going to drop this off, get it out of the way, and crack on, get some grinding done. So here I'm just removing the final two bolts from the cross member. We had already removed the other bolts at this point. These are just the last two, and then we can drop this down onto the floor, roll it out from under the car and get it out of our way. So I forgot to take a brake pipe off, so we're just going to release that now. There's always something. Right, let's try that again.
Down now, can't we?
Yeah. Just tip it backwards, Kev, from your end.
Backwards.
And tip them backwards. out it comes.
That's tune.
So this is the outside of the patch you've just seen us make and weld into position. What Kevin's doing here now is just flattening back these welds to tidy this up, and then we'll move on to the outside of the chassis rail and do the same again, get all these welds flatted back and then make this repair almost invisible. So with that floor section now done, it's now time to concentrate on this other inner wing. What I'm doing here is just drilling out as many spot welds as I can from the flitch plates and any other fixing points to the inner wings and chassis rails and front panel. This will allow us now to release this, make it a little bit easier to remove, and then I'll go around it, zip it off with the angle grinder, just cut a large chunk out. Once we've got the bulk of it out of the way, I can then go around the edges and start to prep all the edges ready to accept our replacement inner wing. So we have now got our inner wing ran through the shot blaster, stripped all the paint off it. It's come up pretty well, to be fair. Good solid inner wing. Wants a couple of little bits of patching. Wants a little bit in this corner, a little bit across here, and a little bit down there. Obviously we've got to remake all this section yet anyway to meet this. But we've just trial fitted it. We've just tried the wing on. It's not a million mile out. Wants a little bit of a tweak. A little bit of jiggling around, but that's gone in pretty well. That's a nice solid inner wing back on the car. Hell of a lot better than the old one. Gonna have to put a little piece down here and some pieces in here yet as well. So as I was saying, this is just a trial fit just to see how it lines up. Nothing's welded, it's not even tacked in place yet, so we will be taking this back off to repair these other sections before we go ahead and start to tack that inner wing in. So it's coming along pretty well. It's getting stronger by the day. All the battery tray's done. This inner wing's done. Bulkhead's done. Done the piece down there. That's now laid in. Ready for trialing. I've got the floor done. Up into the kick panel done. I've cleaned up behind the bulkhead there as well, where we welded that patch in previously. Done a lot of grinding, flatted back a lot of welds. Not a bad bit of progress. So I'm going to leave this one here. This is going to be it for this episode on this car. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe, click the bell icon, drop us some comments, let us know your thoughts, and we'll see you all on the next video.